G'day and welcome back to the Pillars of Rantonity. Last time round, we got the code to the machine. We talked to Seria. We actually are on our way to solving 3 different quests, which would be pretty nice. So we've got ourselves Ashen Imitation, which is the whole women are spontaneously turning into this particular copy of a girl.
Yes, child.
Thanks for letting us meditate there. We've also got the loss of self one, which is helping one particular woman inflicted by that. And finally, we have the person that was killed by sorrow. We have the answer to that. So, I mean, last time we got a bit of progress. We didn't actually finish any of the quests. We just got the key pieces we need to finish those quests. So now we need to head back to our favorite hangout, Changing God Sanctuary.
Sure.
So we'll talk to Chikekt. Say, hey, how's it going? Sup, buddy? Can you take me someplace under the city? And can you take me to your old lair again? Thank you very much. And it's even free because we did him a good turn. We found him a better place to live. Which, you know, generally, people are in favor of. That is not where I said I wanted to go. That's not where I intended to say I wanted to go. My bad. Chikekt, can we do this again? Not the bottom of the cliff. You take us someplace under the city. Can you take us back to your old lair? Yes, nice. Okay, you got all of these interactable points, but they're all kind of irrelevant without the Stitcher here. Alright, we made it.
I am the very soul of action.
So, let's interact with this device. Wires and cables extend from this device into the Rockwell. Turn the probability engines off. You speak the word Neshu, and the interface brightens. You press the same 5 symbols you saw the ghostly man use in the labyrinth. You're about to repeat the ritual a second time as he did, but you meet resistance of some kind. Your hand simply won't obey. It's not a physical seat, when something in your mind won't let you complete it. Let's try and fight off this resistance. It's got to be us, and we don't actually have much we can do. Okay. So let's try and turn it off again. And this costs us 1 intellect. So, well, okay. I guess because of the free edge, we were able to do it. It takes an incredible strength of will, though some other mind were fighting for control of your body. But you overcome it, entering the sequence a second time. The interface disappears and the machine quiets. It is done. That woman, all those variegated versions of her, you put an end to them. Why did you do that? I'm not so different. What if my copies, what if I was so easy to shut down? Do you really want to, what do you really want to ask me? What indeed? She takes a deep breath and lets it out slowly. Could be said she and I are similar. If I were one day to become as fragmented, a poor facsimile of that person that you had known, what would you do? I would find a way to speak with the real you to determine your wishes. Or I'd respect their individual decisions and grant it to them. You believe in the individual then? Consider my curiosity sated. Let's just do something. Changing God's notes on the datasphere. So this doesn't have anything that I can do with that. I'm wondering whether or not to give them to Callistige. Probably won't right now. Okay, let's travel to Circus Minor again. Boom. Get ourselves out of there. Okay, so in Circus Minor we do have a couple of things that we can do now. So let's finish off these quests, shall we?
Go.
Right, so we finished off Ashen Imitation. Let's actually check our journal. Okay, so we didn't quite finish it off, or I guess we did, because it's incompleted. We haven't finished off Wayward Daughter, because we've got to return to Loss of Self. We haven't finished off Loss of Prey, but let's go and talk to them. And so yeah.
Doing begets learning, I guess.
Oh, also I can level. Why don't I do that? Okay, level up. You can increase stat pools or increase effort. I'm going to go with stat pools. Okay, so I think in general what I want to do is I want to boost our speed. I'm going to go with high edge and intellect. So I actually don't think I want speed. So I don't think I want to boost intellect in terms of points, because I'll get that naturally through other things. So instead we'll boost speed, so we've got more points to spend on things there. It looks like we got to rest to get the benefits of that. Zalfi,
I like your dress. It's very colorful.
you've learned something of my subject. Why did he go willingly into his murderer's arms? Tell me, leave nothing out. She knows something, I can see it on her face. His daughter was killed when their home collapsed. Grief drove him to seek his own death.
Making a note.
Grief! He was ruled by sorrow and the creature killed him. Did he call to her? Was it anger? No, resignation. Madness! Carving, scraping, shouting and muttering, Rizalfi has clearly forgotten you're here, except for one detail. His hand gropes clumsily in his pocket and retrieves a pouch and thrusts it at you. Wouldn't mind a thank you, but let's just see what this is. It's a spirit shroud usable only by the last cast-off. I guess it's an armor. When damaged by energy, I get increased evasion for 1 round. This garment has no defined edges, like a wrapping cover, but someone fitted it onto a dozen crude metal hooking fasteners. When properly draped over one's outer clothing, the fasteners provide a weather-tight overlap. Ethereal and mist-like, the shroud's almost non-color, nonetheless reflects a vibrant white, unlike the snow and ice it protects against. It may well have been plundered from a grave, but the material seems new, spotless and utterly devoid of wrinkles. Why anyone would use it to protect the dead, would want to protect the dead from the cold is a valid question. It'll find better use amongst the living. Yeah, wouldn't mind a thank you. Long and such about what? Oh, you're welcome. When will you be done? Zalfi doesn't appear to be ignoring you. Instead, he's forgotten anyone occupies the same space as his sculpture. Okay, that's neat. Let me see what he got. This goes... Oh, it's a cloak slot item. Artifact. Do we have any... No. We've got to be approaching our cipher limit. Unless those are really the only ciphers that count. Okay. Then let's see. So that's neat. That's all done. Got that quest complete. Let's go talk to the cult of the changing god. Casmine and Mimeon. You fixed the clock. I know you could do it. I knew it. She shoots a triumphant smile at Mimeon. You must tell us what you saw. Who were those figures? Were they cast-offs? What did they say? Were you able to retrieve them? Patience, Cass. First, we must congratulate our guest. Masterfully done, revered one. A performance worthy of your sire. He bows gravely to you. You are most welcome here. And we do have answers for your question, revered one. That is, as soon as we hear the report of what you have found. Tell us. I met Kamase, Deviatiku, and Villain. Disappointment is across her face. Crosses her face. I knew those names. They're not new to us. They were favored servants of your creator, cast-offs who served him well. Deviatiku brought the Order of Truth to Sega's cliffs, but they were betrayed their holy trust and disappeared. Nevertheless, we will honor our arrangement. You sought answers about who might repair the resonance chamber. We know your sire built it with the aid of another cast-off, still unknown to us. Perhaps one of your siblings might know where to find him or her. I know of only one other cast-off still in the city, the albino assassin Matkina. They call her the White Death. She wore a camouflaging cloak and brought destruction in her wake. Last I heard of her, she was in the underbelly. Seek her, but be wary.
Remember that.
Okay, sweet. And everyone gets a level. So, you. Let's give you... not effort. Edge. Speed. Yep. Okay, and you level up. Improve skill, you say. You give her more law or some of these other ones. Let's not go with skill. Let's go with effort for her right now. And Calestige. She's got everything free, so increased intellect. I'm going to give her speed. Okay, great. Got her. And, Mount? Do you have any supplies you could share with me? Share? Oh dear, no, we're a small group and not wealthy. We exist on donations, curios, and the occasional great gift from one of your siblings. For instance, we had a weapon once used by the Chalcedon. The commander of... She catches herself. My point is, we require some sort of payment for our wares. Okay, so they will sell us stuff like this, which is an armor. And this is, yeah, these are both cheap, damaging ciphers. So, oh wait, no, these are things I have. This is what they've got. They've got cortical shunt, which increases our ability to lie to people, but makes us easy to wound. That's 142. You know what? None of this is stuff I care about. Okay. Then there was something else though. I thought they wanted to know. What can you tell me about other cast-offs? Yeah, no. Oh, yes. We've spent years compiling our records of weird ones. I know the time seems as nothing to your kind, but we must protect our knowledge. Perhaps if you will join our group, provide some of your experience to add to our knowledge. What are the benefits of joining our church? We can provide our adherents with useful items. We can offer safety. Yeah, okay. I'd like to join your group. It is unusual for a cast-off to join our group. We are delighted to have the opportunity to get to know you better. His fingers paused momentarily, and you hear light crackling between them. We have a requirement for membership. You must bring knowledge of a cast-off who is not known to us. He holds up one of his unnaturally long fingers. Lest you inquire, you are known to us, that is all. If you're a member of another group, you must also renounce your membership with them. Agreed, I'll seek out my brethren. I have news of a cast-off that was recently killed by... there was a cast-off that was recently killed by the Sorrow. Oh no, such a loss to the world. Do you know who it was? Mimeon reaches out to still Casmine with a soothing touch, then raises an inquisitive eyebrow. Do you have a name for this poor soul? Yes, his name was Oceolo. Casmine gasps. He was here, among us the whole time, and now he's dead? Think of the stories he could have told, the people he must have, the influence he must have had. If only I'd been more diligent, I might have found him. It is no shame to find someone who does not want to be found, Kaz. His fingers create a pyramid, lights dancing within. I mourn his lost knowledge, his lost potential. He must have come to believe that our holy trust was not for him, so he absented himself from the company of his brethren, a loss for us all. I do wish I knew where we could place him in our genealogies, but this chance is lost to time, as so many secrets are. I thank you for the information. We will record it. You have fulfilled the terms of the agreement. Do you still wish to join our organization? Yup. Maimon holds his hands aloft, then presses them across your heart and eyes. O light of brilliance and defender of humanity, we ask that you accept this vessel into your care, that you may provide him with knowledge, power, and the wisdom to use them both well. He steps back, and for the first time a smile crosses his lips. I welcome you to our church, brother. Okay, that's cool. And then what we'll do is we will take a nap, I think. Of course, revered one, as a member of our church, you're welcome to sleep in our tents and pavilions. Boom. We are recovered, and time has advanced. So this should allow us to kick off another quest. What we'll now just duck over to is the cliff's edge. Because let's clear out loss of self. Still got, like, I keep thinking, oh no, I've nearly finished all the quests. No, I haven't.
Are our bonds.
Smell a feast nearby. Nope. Okay. So, if we go chat with loss of self. Wait, have I leveled again? Extra effort? Yes. So we get Dealmaker and Inspiring Presence. Nice. And what else do we want? Adaptation? No, I don't care. Quantum Step is a teleportation effect. Entropic Field is a debuff. Again, I don't really care. Okay, so Mind Barrier would be cool. Datasphere Link would be neat. Datasphere Link definitely then. Resourceful is Cypher use skill. No, Mind Barrier. Let's go with Mind Barrier. Yeah. Done. Inspired. Loss of self embraces you as fiercely as a child, then blushes and pulls away. She's gone. That damned woman in my head is gone, and my memories are coming back. What did you do? A machine under the city was the source of the voices. I turned it off.
Making a note.
No. Lost herself breathes and pale and delighted. I thought it was a dream, but I saw you. You went into a hole in the ground and I heard the sound of gears grinding down. Thank you so much. And then, yeah, all of these other effects, which are mostly because I leveled as that conversation started. But hey, cool. I can almost remember my name now. It's good to see you again. Are you feeling better? Yes, I haven't heard the voice. You can't imagine how good it is to stand here, talking to you without hearing her whispers under every thought. My head hurts now, but that will pass, I hope. What's the shiny object you're holding? She looks at the vial strapped to her wrist as though seeing it for the first time. How strange, I'd forgotten. She looks at you. Did I tell you? I found it beneath a pile of blackened scales in some building I'd never seen before. I just woke up there one morning. It felt so important at the time, like it was mine. Keep it, and thanks for what you did to me. And did for me, even. Okay, so this is an offhand shield artifact. This viscous fluid belonged to Loss of Self until you persuaded her to give it to you. Someone has added straps to the device so it can be attached to an arm. It's a single protective consciousness in a liquid form. Though you don't know what form it may have had before, the glass-like material of the vial can turn porous when needed, allowing the fluid to flow out. It'll try to protect you from oncoming attacks, forming a bright silvery shield that flings incoming forces back towards their source. So, right, it's an offhand weapon that basically, yeah, knocks down enemies that attack. Cool. Farewell. So if I look at my stuff, that actually does go in that slot. I mean, yes, that's a better shield than I've got as well. That is all cool. Okay, so that is a bunch of quests completed. See, Wayward Daughter, we need to talk to Mother Tamaz. And then we'll kick off a couple of things in the underbelly.
That's the stuff.
If anything Her angry mutterings intensified. She drags a chain of beads between her knuckles, staring into space. What now, girl? I need to talk to you about loss of self. What of her? I've solved the problem. Have you? Mother Damaza's eyes unfocus, and her hand rolls over the overlapping spherical beads between her fingertips.
I'll remember that.
Aye, you did. Old voices shouted from the out, telling her who she was. You found the source of those voices, didn't you? Told the girl her plans for her. You gave her the knowledge she needs to decide who she is. She'll have wisdom on her own. Take the call, girl. You earned it. So this came from the membrane that protected us during our fall. It's a transparent shield that boosts our might pool and gives us natural law. Oh no, this part isn't that. This is extra pieces that we get from our training. So while the membrane appears to be synthetic, on closer inspection it reveals that the material is organic in nature. It may have actually been alive when you first plummeted into the upper atmosphere, but likely died shortly after it was torn apart. Okay, so we'll do this, and then hey you, yes you. Where is a backpack? Here. How do these not count as ciphers though, really? Oh, he's got a two-handed sword. Okay, fine. Rin. Okay, yep, that works quite well. Alrighty, now. To the underbelly. I mean, in terms of secondary quests, we've actually got we've got only a couple at the moment. But it was great. We knocked out 3 in a single go. That was so much XP. Now, if I'm correct, yes, here we go.
But if they make it easier for you to navigate this world?
Your sisters. Could you always see them?
No. It was the attractor.
The attractor. Interesting.
Whatever makes it easier for you to navigate this world.
Okay, let's have a chat with Folsom, eh? This man towers over you, enormously fat and draped in gaudy robes. His expression is calm, stern even, as he regards a bloody mess spread across the floor and wall. The hooded figures on either side of him tense as you approach. He turns to inspect you, eyebrow lifted, and raises his hand. His bodyguards relax, watching you. In the space of a second, his eyes flick over you. He nods, apparently to himself, as if your presence has confirmed something he expected. One of the cast of godlings. That explains the missing pieces. What are you doing in the underbelly, falling star? Looking for someone. Are you? Well, I know everyone in the underbelly, and I'm seeking someone as well. Perhaps we can help each other.
Making a note.
This is all that remains of Weedle, one of my protégés. I'd had hopes of him. Now they'll never be realized, and the underbelly is poorer without him. The rage beneath his voice cuts each word shorter and shorter. Bring me any information you find. Help me discover the identity of his killer, and you will be rewarded. He exhales sharply, then turns around. The fury you'd glimpsed in him is buried once more.
I'll remember that.
There is an assassin named Matakina. She is known as the White Death. I've helped her find work in the past, but she has become erratic. If she is not involved, she might know who is. If you wish to help in this matter, ask her who she knows. The creature named Mappa may know where she is. I've already met Mappa. I'll figure it out. I'll observe your investigation with great interest. Do you have any ideas about the killer's motive? I have suspicions, and I have enemies. It takes no imagination to conclude this was meant to hurt me, but the killer did not slit Weedle's throat and leave him for me to find. No, they spilled an ocean of his blood and scrawled nonsense on the walls. If this message is for me, I cannot interpret it. It suggests the killer is crazy, but which of my enemies is insane? I'd like to look at it. At first glance, Folsom doesn't seem to respond. He merely stares you down through you. I'll not have you trample through his blood without cause, so there better be one. Don't need your help that badly, godling. I know you're grieving for your... Oh, wait, let's go with this. The murderer may have left behind evidence. I won't know unless you let me look. He casts a doubtful glance behind him, then pauses, then nods. Let her pass when she's ready, he tells the hooded figures at the side. They incline their heads. Alright, sounds good.
All right.
Not much remains of Folsom's former protege beyond a vast still pool of blood with a skinned hand at its center. A bloody circle is scrawled on the wall nearby. Let's have a look at the hand in the pool of blood. A flayed hand with long slender fingers lies palm up in the center of the pool of blood. The rest of the victim is missing.
I'll remember that.
And the circle on the wall? Amanesis. Your hand reaches towards streaks and bubbles of blood. Of its own accord, and an iron spike drives through your temples. You stand before a blank wall. Sickening purple-black light spills around the corner behind you. This is your temple. You've been driven into a dead end by her. Blood seeps through the wall from the other side, drawing the familiar shape. Frightened, confused, you trace the line, and a gate opens with a wet crunch. The vision collapses, but the memories are not done with you yet, it seems. Another bulges painfully through your thoughts, closing around you. Surrender the memory, no matter how much it hurts. Fresh blood streams over the circle, yanking you through the hollow at its center into the world beyond. A strip of blistered land coils through a void as black as a gaping mouth. The air is thick and foul and textured with the slickness of maggots. Nausea slams into you, filling your head, infecting your thoughts, and through it all you sense a mind in that fathomless darkness, spilling towards yours, seeking, tasting, joyful, hungry. You shove the horrific memory away from you, slamming your mind shut like a door, and swallowing the knot of nausea in your throat. After seeing that world, that bloody pool at your feet seems almost mundane. Let's have another look at the hand now we've seen that. Nothing new. Alright, actually, let's have another look at the circle on the wall. Lore, mystical. Okay. You study the dashes and bleeding pinpricks binding the circle. They aren't symbols in any known human tongue. You sense their purpose. The circle was almost inconsequential. These sigils gripped the shape of it and pushed it through time and space. This was, however briefly, a trans-dimensional portal to another place. Now it is dead. Before you can look away, we see that memory. Push it away. And there we go. Cool. That is neat. And so we'll go to the mapper, get that last piece. I'm looking. You came back. What do you need? I'm looking for a woman named Makina. Know where I can find her? Matkina, White Death. I've heard of her. I know where she hides too. He grins wide, exposing a mouthful of extraordinarily white and clean teeth. I can tell you where she is, but I hate to say it comes with a price. Much as I love to talk about my travels, I need to finish a patch of my Sega's Cliffs match, and I need bragging rights for the next time I see the Navigators. Also, she might not be happy I've told, but I might be able to help you find it, for a trade of course. Have you heard of the Changing God, savior of Sega's Cliffs in times past and so forth? They say he had a sanctuary under the city, a place he used to retreat to and make plans for the future while he thought on his past. You know, making possibility maps. That sanctuary is the most important place I haven't seen in Sega's Cliffs, and I need it to fill in my map. As far as I can tell, it's not far past the Stitcher lair. Problem is, I can't make any sense of the language. Perhaps you can talk to him. It's a hell of a price, I know, but there it is. You want to find Makina? You'll find the sanctuary for me. I already discovered that. That's fine. He leans forward and his blue eye begins to gleam more brightly. Tell me about it, he whispers. As you speak, Mappa stares at the exposed patch of flesh on his arm. New lines etch into his skin, unfurling themselves across space. He smiles tightly and shifts in his seat. Yes, he mutters. Yes. He points to one line. Here, in the void beneath the city. What's this in the mural? He looks more closely at his arm. Ah, gods, it's even terrifying from here. He rubs at his skin, trying to rid himself of the mural's image. His blue eye looks anywhere but himself, and he shivers bone deep. I don't envy you seeing that thing, friend. No, not at all. He slaps his face, bringing some flush to cheeks, and smiles again. Anyway, I owe you a map, don't I? He takes a big breath and says, The White Death is hiding in a place they call the Cave of Last Words. It's an old thieves' bolt hole. They say Sheila herself used it, but they don't say where it is. Persistence pays, though, so has been my watchword.
I'll remember that.
There's one way to get in through the caravanserai, but it's sealed tight, and I've never found a way in. You can get there from the underground. The Stitch, you know, they dug there. They can dig there again. Have you been to the titular? I can tell you what's down there. Are you joking? Can you? Really? Tell me. He stares avidly at you, his blue prosthetic gleaming. As you speak, a space clears on the skin and new lines pull themselves to the surface. He moans as if in the throes of deep pleasure. The titular, yes, like I was there. The eye clicks and whirs for a moment, and then he stares at the new tattoo. That smell! Did you notice the smell in there like lightning and dust? My thanks to you. You've done right by me. Alrighty. Heard anything about the murders? Murders? What murders? Alarm colours his face, and a faint red streak runs through his tattoos. No one tells me anything. Yeah, one of the drawbacks of being a drifter, I suppose. No one thinks to keep you informed. Of course, in a place like this, people don't generally talk to each other much anyway. Alrighty. There's that. So next time, we're gonna go talk to Matt Keener. I remember taking so many episodes to figure out where on earth what I needed to do to get to her. Now it's trivial. It's like I learned things. Fancy that. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time and effort watching the videos I make. If you'd like to watch more, on the left there should be another video from this playlist. On the right there will be whatever YouTube recommends, and in the center there is a convenient subscribe button just in case you need it.